All right, well, welcome you guys back again. Welcome back. My name is Joseph James. Thanks for sticking around with us today. Another huge day of trading here in the trade room, guys. Boy, maybe you thought that Monday and Tuesday were lucky. Maybe you thought that it was a fluke. Yeah, you know, yesterday, Tuesday, everything dropped. Anybody could have made money yesterday. Let's see you do it in 2 days back-to-back, JJ. Okay, we'll do that for you. Big day today in the room. Hope everyone made money with me. Just a great example today of how we traded our plan. We came in this morning, we looked for significant clues, we put together a trading plan, and we followed the plan. Before I go over these trades with you guys today, I want to remind everybody out there, there's risk out there in these markets. You saw today how I got some slippage on crude and got my butt handed to me on one of these trades. So the risk out there in these markets is important to keep in mind. We take a lot of pride in the fact that we train all of our members to avoid and to manage that risk properly. And the first step of that is having your trading plan in hand. So I encourage all the members to keep that trading plan right in front of them all day. I remind all the guests this morning, if you're here as a guest right now, we look forward to teaching you all this stuff. Just remember, though, be careful out there with your risk capital until you're properly trained. Now that you guys know the risks associated with it, let's move forward here. We got someone standing by to help you guys out. If anybody has any questions about membership, don't be shy. Speak up. We'll be happy to help you guys out with that information. Now, first clue this morning. The first clue we got this morning was, once again, no major news. No major news except for what? Crude inventories. We had some minor stuff at 10 o'clock this morning, but we knew this morning there was no major news until we got to crude inventories at 10:30. So what does that tell me? It tells me two things. First thing, it tells me be patient. Expect the windows of opportunity to be a little bit smaller without major news. Simply put, without major news, there's nobody pushing price around up and down all day long for us. So we have less range, less volatility. We have just fewer opportunities usually with no news. Well, this morning we had no news until 10:30. So what I had to do was I had to make sure that I was patient early, be disciplined not to overtrade, wait for those market personality clues, as we always say. And then remember, be ready, because after 10 o'clock, crude oil will get sloppy. After 10:15, we're not trading crude oil. And then we wanted to be on our toes for 10:30. So a second clue this morning, then we grabbed the dollar. And do you recall what the dollar told us? The dollar told us this morning, go right to your morning prep section of the blog. This is really important, everybody. I post all the morning preps on the blog in one section. You can also get all of my trade room reviews, all the daily recaps in one section. You can also learn about all of our indicators or all the contract specifications. Okay, you can also share your feedback here as well. And then don't forget, while you're on the blog, guys, while you're on that blog, don't forget, down bottom in the lower right-hand corner, make sure you join the blog. That way you always get every chart we post. And make sure you remember, all the charts are updated with that cluster of links there in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, anyways, the second clue this morning was from the dollar. Here was the dollar heat map, and the dollar heat map was doing what? Looks pretty similar to yesterday, wasn't it? Dollar moving higher. Second clue was dollar moving higher. And when we have the dollar moving higher, we use the negative correlation, and that negative correlation tells me sell short. First clue we got was news or lack of news. Second clue we got was dollar correlation. Look to sell retracements. Look to stay short. Third clue. Now let's open up some charts. And you'll see here on crude oil, we have a bear channel. We had a short-term trading range. And we began on crude oil here by simply selling retracements. You're going to notice the first couple trades here today were all short because that dollar correlation told us to do so. So as the price came down, we kept selling retracements, right? Retracement 1, retracement 2, we kept trying to go short. We noticed here, though, the sellers had failed twice. So I did try to buy. And when I tried to buy, it was with a two-step pattern long, and that two-step pattern long actually cost me about 18 ticks. Well, when we saw those buyers weren't as strong as we thought they might be, when the buyers failed, we then got right back on the horse here and sold for a nice big winner going lower. That then put us in position now at 10:30. We sat on hands from 10:15 to 10:30, and at 10:30 this morning, we had just an incredible example of the proper way to trade crude on Wednesday mornings. We were disciplined and patient before 10:30. We tried not to overtrade it. At 10:30, what happened? News came out. What did the news come out as? Two important factors. Inventories came out higher. What does inventories tell me to do when it's higher? Well, don't you agree that higher inventories could mean either no demand or too much supply? If the crude is piling up in the stock room back there, if the inventory room with crude oil is filling up, it's either because we're pumping too much crude out of the ground or we're not having enough consumed. So we didn't know at 10:30 what higher inventories really meant until about 9:30 and 30 seconds. I'm sorry, until about 10:30 and 30 seconds. 30 seconds later, we hear the demand number.